Each year on the third Thursday of May, people in Ukraine and around the world wear Vyshyvankas to celebrate their culture, honor tradition, and show solidarity with Ukraine. Here in Canada, we are proud to mark 10 years of Vyshyvanka Day celebrations. Over the past decade, Ukrainian Canadians have come together to celebrate their heritage, enrich Canada's cultural fabric, and stand with Ukraine. What began with the community-led initiatives, including the first major event launched in Toronto in 2016 by Vyshyvanka Association and its president Volodymyr Balagnyuk, has grown into a nationwide tradition. Today, Vyshyvanka Day is celebrated in every province and territory, a testament to the strength, unity, and contributions of the Ukrainian Canadian community. Thank you for being here and for standing with Ukraine. As a part of today's celebration, the Vyshyvanka Association will be presenting a commemorative coin to parliamentarians who have played an important role in establishing and promoting Vyshyvanka Day here in Canada. This coin is a small token of our deep appreciation for your leadership, your support, and your commitment to celebrating Ukrainian heritage in Canada. It is now my pleasure to invite the Ukrainian Children's Choir of Ottawa to perform the national anthems of Canada and Ukraine.
Dear Volodymyr, distinguished members of parliament, вельмишановна українська громада, mesdames et messieurs, дорогі друзі. It's a great pleasure and honor to join you in celebrating the Vyshyvanka Day, a special occasion that honors one of the most recognizable symbols of Ukraine's cultural identity. Вишиванка – це не просто національний одяг українців. Це справжній символ ідентичності, і культурної спадщини, генетичний код української нації через глибокі символічні значення, закладені в орнаментах та візерунках, які передаються з покоління в покоління. For generations, Ukrainians have embroidered their values, their stories, and their hopes, passing them from one generation to the next. Each pattern, each color carries a special meaning. Together they form a living connection between the past and present. The vibrant Ukrainian community in Canada has preserved the tradition of wearing Vyshyvankas, contributing to the rich multicultural fabric of this beautiful country. Today, this symbol carries even deeper significance. As Ukraine defends its freedom and dignity and its right to exist, the Vyshyvanka has become not only an expression of heritage, but also a symbol of resilience and unity. It reminds us that identity cannot be erased, and that culture is the source of our strength. Today, people around the world, including here in Canada, not only Ukrainians, but many friends of Ukraine, are wearing Vyshyvankas to show solidarity with the Ukrainian nation. We are deeply grateful for your support. It really matters and gives us strength to continue our fight for our independence, our future, and the future of the democratic world. I sincerely thank the organizers of this event, the Vyshyvanka Association, and generous contributors, in particularly UNF Ottawa Gatineau branch, certainly missed cooperation. Thank you all for standing with Ukraine. Merci beaucoup. Щиро дякую. Слава Україні!
Bonjour tout le monde, merci d'être ici. Slava Ukraini. Donc, je m'appelle Ivan Baker, je suis le président du groupe d'amitié parlementaire Canada-Ukraine. This is basically the group of parliamentarians, MPs and senators of all parties who work together to support Ukraine. And I'm proud to be here with members of the executive of the friendship group, but also many members of parliament who are here. I won't name you all, but please know we're grateful for your presence here today and for your continued support of the cause of supporting Ukraine. As the ambassador alluded to, the Vyshyvanka has great meaning, and it has the history of the Vyshyvanka goes back hundreds, even thousands of years in what is now Ukraine. But recently, it's taken on a new importance. It's not just about representing Ukrainian heritage. For me, it is about, I think for many Ukrainians, it's about showing strength and unity and resolve to achieve victory in Ukraine. And this has especially been the case since 2014, since Russia first invaded Ukraine. And so I think it is a great honor for many Ukrainians when someone who is not of Ukrainian descent wears a Vyshyvanka, as many of you are. And it's a special honor when leaders who are not Ukrainian wear a Vyshyvanka. And there are many leaders in this room who are wearing Vyshyvankas, and I thank you for that. It's a very strong symbolic sign of support for the people of Ukraine. I will just say this. There's so many colleagues here in Parliament who I have the privilege of working with every day. We work to support Ukraine, to advocate for the right steps to ensure that Ukraine achieves victory. Canada's been a global leader in supporting Ukraine. We've now provided over $25 billion in support, and we will continue to do so. Supporting Ukraine is the right thing to do. Ukrainians deserve our support. It's the right thing from a humanitarian and human rights perspective, but it's also in Canada's interests because if Russia succeeds, it's not going to stop at Ukraine, and NATO will be next. That means we will be next. So we can pay a small price now to help Ukraine win, or we can pay a much bigger price later. So I say, let's pay the small price now. Let's help Ukraine win, and we'll be wearing Vyshyvankas as a sign of not only strength and unity and victory, but also of celebration. Thank you. Дякую. Slava Ukraini.
And now I would like to invite Mr. James Bazan, Vice Chair of the Friendship Group and also Conservative Party. Let's welcome.
Thank you, Marco. Ambassador, colleagues, special guests, so glad to see everyone here wearing their Vyshyvankas. You know, I have to congratulate the organizers who have been doing this for 10 years, who have made sure that us as parliamentarians keep our eye on the ball and not forget about the importance of Ukrainian culture, of Ukrainian patriotism, and ensuring that Canadians don't forget about the war in Ukraine. This has been going on for far too long. 2014, you think about Yanukovych and how he tried to stomp out Ukrainian culture, bringing in only Russian-only language laws, turned the back on Ukrainian culture itself. The people of Ukraine would not stand for it and took to the Euromaidan. And they demanded that Ukrainian culture was protected, Ukrainian language was protected, and that the corrupt Yanukovych regime, I was going to swear there, but the corrupt Yanukovych regime was thrown out. And he did. And of course, that triggered Putin's invasion of Ukraine, first with Crimea, then Donbass, and then the full-scale invasion only 4+ years ago. By putting on our Vyshyvankas today, we're not just standing in solidarity with the freedom fighters back in Ukraine. We are saying no to Putin's attempt to Russify Russia. We're saying no to his attempt to stomp out Ukrainian patriotism and Ukrainian culture. Just as Ukraine said no to the communist regime and declared independence in 1991. Just as Ukraine refused to let Stalin, through the Holodomor, commit a mass atrocity and genocide against the people of Ukraine for being Ukrainian. And just as Ukrainian cultures thrived and refused to bow the knee to the Russian czars, by putting on our Vyshyvanka, we're showing that totalitarian regimes, whether it's imperialists like Putin, communists like Stalin, or despots like the czars, that the people of Ukraine will always be patriots, will always fight for the Ukrainian culture, for their church, for their language, and there is no way that we'll allow anyone tell us otherwise. As someone proud of my Ukrainian heritage, I'm always feel so good when I put on my Vyshyvanka. It's like the motherland Ukraine's wrapping their arms around me. And I know that each and every one of you, whether you are Ukrainian or you wish you were, thank you for putting on your Vyshyvanka, showing your solidarity, that we will pray for peace, but we are fighting for victory. You know, earlier today I met with the National Museum for the Holodomor genocide in Kiev, as they are planning to do an expansion. So let's continue to support their work, because the tragedies that were experienced during Holodomor, the tragedies and atrocities being committed on Ukrainian soil today by the Russian barbarians, will all lead to the enlightenment at the end of the day of Ukrainian national pride, of a strong, independent, democratic, and just Ukraine, where the barbarians will no longer be allowed to exist. Дякую. Слава Україні!
De plus en plus. Vous savez, je veux pas faire de partisanerie politique, mais le Québec que je défends et qui est ma patrie, ma nation, a énormément de choses en commun avec l'Ukraine, et particulièrement ces jours-ci, alors que l'Ukraine se bat pour défendre son identité, sa langue, sa culture, son histoire. C'est un peu le combat qu'on mène dans mon parti au Bloc québécois, puis je le dis avec un sourire et avec un clin d'œil à mes collègues, parce que je suis pas ici pour vous convaincre, mais on a un travail, nous, au Bloc québécois, c'est de faire connaître aux Québécois la richesse des liens qui peuvent unir nos deux peuples, l'Ukraine et le Québec. Alors, c'est pour ça que je suis extrêmement fier de participer à ces belles activités, et je suis particulièrement admiratif du peuple ukrainien d'avoir ce symbole, la Vyshyvanka, d'avoir un symbole aussi fort qui réunit tout le monde au moins une fois par année dans des célébrations comme celle qu'on fait aujourd'hui. Puis vous savez quoi, il n'y aura jamais trop d'activités autour de l'Ukraine sur la colline parlementaire. Alors, c'est toujours une joie et un plaisir de voir tout ce monde-là réuni. Puis je suis vraiment fier de faire partie de plus en plus, je dirais, de cette espèce de grande famille élargie qui est la communauté ukrainienne ici au Parlement. Alors, merci beaucoup tout le monde, puis c'est toujours un plaisir. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you, Marco. My name is Ivan Marchenko. I'm a Chief Operating Officer of News Corporation. I'll speak on the company behalf. Distinguished guests, honorable members of Parliament, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. It's a true honor to be here today to celebrate the 10th anniversary of Vyshyvanka Day. For Ukrainians around the world, the Vyshyvanka is far more than traditional clothing. It is a symbol of identity, resilience, and continuity. A cultural code passed through generations that carries history, values, and deep sense of belonging. Over the past decade, Vyshyvanka Day has grown into a powerful global movement. It unites millions of people across continents, reminding us that the culture does not stop at borders. It travels with people, lives in communities, and strengthens connections between nations. At MIST, this idea is deeply personal. We are incredibly proud to have been one of the founders of the Vyshyvanka Day celebration here in Canada. From those very first days, we have stood behind this movement because we understand that connection is not only about delivering parcels, it's about delivering meaning. For over 35 years, MIST has grown alongside the Ukrainian diaspora. But our role today goes beyond cultural connection. As a global logistics company operating in over 200 countries worldwide, we are also part of something larger, enabling trading, supporting businesses, and building economical bridges between nations. Because strong communities are important, but strong economies make them sustainable. Today, Ukraine stands at a critical moment in history. The conversation is no longer only about resilience. It's about recovery and reconstruction. And this is where partnerships matter. We believe that logistics will play a fundamental role in rebuilding Ukraine, ensuring that goods, equipment, and investments move efficiently, securely, and at scale. At MIST, we are ready to contribute. We are ready to work alongside governments, institutions, and businesses to support Ukraine's reconstructions, not only through humanitarian efforts, but through building long-term, reliable supply chains that will power economic recovery. Because rebuilding a country is not only about restoring what was lost, it's about creating something stronger, more connected, and more resilient than before. And in many ways, this brings us back to the meaning of the Vyshyvanka. Each pattern is unique. Each thread carries intention, and together they create something whole. In the same way, rebuilding Ukraine will require many contributions from governments, from businesses, and from communities. Thread by thread, partner by partner. Thank you for your support, your leadership, and commitment. Today, as we celebrate Vyshyvanka Day, let's us celebrate unity, identity, and the shared future we are building together. A future of peace, a future of prosperity, and above all, a future defined by the victory of Ukraine. Thank you. Slava Ukraini!
Дякую за ваш. Dear friends, happy Vyshyvanka Day on Parliament Hill. This year marks 20 years since a group of students in my hometown of Chernivtsi at my university launched what has become a global movement. What started as a simple idea has grown into a powerful symbol of identity, unity, and resilience, now celebrated around the world. I still remember wearing my first Vyshyvanka in 2008 to support that initiative within the walls of our university. In the years that follow, I organized those celebrations on our campus. Fast forward to 2016, when my wife Julia, my brother Igor, and I organized the first Vyshyvanka festival in Toronto. Around the same time, CUP interns from Ukraine held the first Vyshyvanka photo opportunity here on Parliament Hill. And you could see those photos from those first years. Today, the CUP program is under the leadership of the Ukrainian National Federation, and I'm happy that alongside the Vyshyvanka Association, we are co-organizers of today's event. Over the years, we have faced every kind of challenge, from rainy days in 2017, as you can see, to COVID lockdowns, but we kept going. We organized flash mobs, there are photos of those as well, virtual ceremonies, and brought communities together across Canada. We have presented more than 1,000 Vyshyvankas to newborns in Ukrainian Canadian families from coast to coast to coast, and distributed nearly 10,000 Vyshyvanka ribbons that some of the members are wearing today to elected officials at all levels of government. But most importantly, Vyshyvanka Day in Canada has grown beyond a celebration of Ukrainian heritage. It has become a symbol of unity, bringing together Canadians of all backgrounds in support of shared values, freedom and dignity. This was always important, but today, in the face of Russia's ongoing genocidal war against Ukraine, it carries even deeper meaning, wherein the Vyshyvanka is not only about culture, it's a statement of solidarity. Thank you all for standing with Ukraine. And with that, it's my honor to recognize and present commemorative coins to a number of individuals, members of parliament, former members, staff members, and community leaders who have played an important role in establishing and promoting Vyshyvanka Day here in Canada. Thank you. Slava Ukraini!